Hello, my name is Louisa, and today I would like to practice on IELTS Speaking Test Part 1 and 2. So first, Part 1. For Part 1, the topic is birthdays, and I have 4 or 5 minutes, and I will start now. So first, do you enjoy your birthdays? Yes, I enjoy my birthdays very much. I think it is the only time of the year where I can be treated in a special way, get gifts, and just enjoy the day overall. Secondly, do you usually celebrate your birthday? Well, back when I was a child, until I was around 12 or 13 years old, I would usually celebrate my birthday in a very festive way. I mean, having a party and such. But as I grow older, up until now, I don't celebrate it that much. I would usually just go out and eat dinner and receive a few gifts from my close ones. Third question, what did you do on your last birthday? On my last birthday, surprisingly, I had to work. But I did receive a few gifts from my friends, and I did eat noodles, which is a tradition from my culture. And although it wasn't that festive, but it was pretty memorable. Fourth, can you remember a birthday you enjoyed as a child? Well, I do remember this time when I was around 7 or 8 years old. I celebrated my birthday in McDonald's. It was very festive, and a lot of my friends come, and we played, well, not me but my friends played a lot of funny games. And then there was Grimace, one of the characters from McDonald's, and I remember it being a very funny party, and I also received a lot of gifts, so I was a very happy child. Next question, do most people celebrate their birthdays with a party in your country? Well, yes. I think a lot of people do celebrate their birthdays with a party in my country. They mostly celebrate it in McDonald's or A&W, fast food franchises that do cater for birthday parties. It is because back when I was a child, I used to attend my friends' birthday parties too in those kinds of places. And in Instagram, I also often see people taking pictures with their child and a really large birthday cake in those kinds of restaurants. Sometimes they do it in their own homes if they're affluent, but they still celebrate with parties. I also mainly think it's because, well, children like those kinds of things, and parents would want to give their children anything to make them happy. Last question, which birthdays are considered important in your country? Birthdays that are considered important in my country, I believe, are the birthdays of our national heroes. Like, for example, Ate Kartini, whose birthday is on 21st April. So her birthday is commemorated. And then there are also birthdays of other national heroes, which I cannot mention one by one. But although sometimes we do not commemorate all these birthdays in a very festive manner, but some we do commemorate it together as Indonesians. Like, for example, the birthday of Kartini, which I have previously mentioned. People all over my country usually celebrate it by holding small parades and then telling people to dress up in kabaya, our national attire. And then sometimes we would also celebrate it by telling kids to, for example, write poems or maybe sing songs that screams feminism and women empowerment. Okay, so that we're done with the first part. Now I'm going to do the second part. In the second part, I will first write about a topic assigned to me, and for this time I chose hobby. In here, I'm supposed to describe an interesting hobby, and first I will prepare for it for a minute, and I will start preparing it now. Okay, so I have prepared for the second part of the exam for a minute, and now it's time for me to start the second part of the IELTS exam. I have set my timer to 2 minutes, and I will start now. So a hobby that I find interesting is writing. It could be writing a story, or it could even be writing proses and poems. I think it is interesting because as a writer, you can sort of introduce yourself, introduce your ideas, thoughts, and emotions to your writers, and you can make your readers feel that they know you through tailoring a bunch of words together. And what's amazing is you don't even have to personally know your readers. You don't have to meet them face to face in order for them to know you. And who writes? Of course, writers. And in terms of more creative writings, poets write poems, and then I consider script writers too, because they have to, well, create scripts, and it is basically a story on its own. How do you do this? You basically just write, but you also have to pay attention to the organization of your paragraphs and the coherency of your ideas. And in terms of more creative writings, you also have to be able to elaborate a lot of vocabulary so that your writing is not dull, and the vocabulary also have to fit the context. And I believe it is an outlet to vent out your emotions and to just express your ideas in a way that is more secluded. You don't have to worry about looking face to face to people, but can still generate a lot of words, express a lot of ideas in a very prolific manner. Okay, so that is how my practice for part 1 and 2 went. Well, it's not that hard, but I think I'm getting better at producing more coherent ideas, and I've learned a few tips too. So hopefully in the future, I'll be able to do much better. Thank you, and bye.